A question that I've always wondered is how much someone is willing to give up to get something in a video game, whether that's a unique weapon, some kind of item that is just, really hard to get. Now, exclusivity, FOMO, the feeling of missing out, that has propelled entire industries. That's why the Fortnite item shop is in a constant rotation. And the same reason why so many video games that are coming out now do the exact same thing, because they want you to feel like you need to buy this right now, or maybe there's a chance that you'll never get it again. Like, guaranteed, there are people in Fortnite that will hoover up every single skin that even touches the item shop, hoping that they have an account worth like $10,000 in the future. But one place you will never find a bigger hub of scum and villainy is the Team Fortress 2 trading market. Now, as we know, Team Fortress 2, it has a completely die-hard fan base, and because of that, there are a lot of people that are very, let's say, committed to the cause. Now, in Team Fortress 2, you can get a variety of items, hats as well, which are cosmetics that the characters wear. They give you some kind of identity. Like, for example, the pyro that I had fully kitted out that I didn't show on stream that one time.
Oh, fuck.
Now, in a game where each class stands out and they're so unique to the point that you can tell them out from silhouettes, something the developers purposely implemented.
Class readability was addressed through the character's silhouette. Unique silhouette and animation shapes are more identifiable at far distances and across a broader range of light levels than any amount of other visual detail in the model.
How do you make characters stand out even more? By getting cosmetics that are worth an incredible amount of money. Now, this isn't a story where I tell you someone forked over like a couple $100, maybe $1,000, $10,000, 50, 100 millions. It's not. This is the story of someone trying to sell their dog, their real dog, over Team Fortress 2 to get an item. Now, to explain the lore and to delve into this complete and utter mental illness, we need to look at the Backpack TF website. Now, Backpack TF is basically a resource website for Team Fortress 2. It is the biggest website which tracks pretty much the entire market. Now, to begin our story, there is someone called Ozests. Let's call him Orange Zest. He is the seller. And another character called Gummy is the buyer. You're probably wondering, for someone's actual real-life dog to be offered in the trade, what is this? This has to be some kind of game-breaking TF2 item, or probably something furry-related. Surprisingly, neither. It's actually a polar pullover, which is just, basically a balaclava that pretty much every single class can wear. Now, the cosmetic itself is really nothing of note, but it had an unusual, which is the burning flames. So basically, it had a gif of a bunch of flames going around it, and that for some reason made the value of it like 100 times more. So you can see here the comment section on Backpack where it basically listed everything, the buyer, the seller. But here you can see sold golden frying pan for 1,125 keys, strange cats, unique cats, and Ozest's dog. For 4,740 keys. So, if you didn't know, there are keys in Team Fortress 2. Basically the same as CSGO, where you buy crates that are incredibly cheap, but you can't open the crate without a key. Keys have the value because the keys will basically always open a crate, so their value never really goes down, despite the chests themselves or the crates that can always vary wildly in value, but keys will always be, usually a static price. So a lot of people in the Team Fortress community use keys as a kind of currency, but it's the fact that... You listen to this dog. 450 keys. It's just the fact that he traded his real life dog for an in-game item. I can't get over that. So we have images of the chat logs as well, and you've got Orange Zest saying that he can offer originally 5,450 keys. Now, keys themselves are worth a couple of dollars. That is a lot of money. That is basically just under 10 grand. I think like 7,500 USD roundabout. Or if you want, I can sub out 50 keys for a hamster. So 5,400 keys and a hamster. Does that beat your best offer? And then Gummy, the seller, goes, other than the hamster and 5,400 keys or 5,450 keys, do you have any other pets you can offer? And then Orange goes, wait, let me think. Okay, how about my dog? Saw a site with dogs too. My dog is a Shih Tzu though, not a Shih Tzu, so I can obviously do less than $6,000 like their quote. How old is it? It's been my best friend for half my life, so he's turning 10 very soon. So this guy is basically grown up with this dog his entire life, a 10-year-old dog, which is basically an old dog, and he's still debating on selling it for TF2 keys. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna have an unusual effect or masked flies by the time you flip the polar. And then Orange Zest goes, haha, wow, okay, take the hamster then. I'll give you with 5,400 keys pure. And Gummy says, never mind, you got me interested. How much for the dog? Orange Zest says, what the fuck, 1,000 keys? And then Gummy says, Not gonna lie, I can get cats at 100 plus keys, and I can get a dog at 16 ref. Max I can value your dog is at 300 keys. This is the fact they're talking about the value. Like, they could be trading humans on the Steam market. Your adopted nephew, what's his worth? I don't know, like 7 keys. There will, like, if we're trading animals on Steam, there will be, like, some kind of human trafficking going over on Steam. 100%. Orange Zest says, what are you on, bro? Those are pixels, dog. I'm talking about my IRL dog. Now, to be fair, Orange Zest does have a good point, but he was stupid enough to even offer his dog in the first place. And then Gubby goes, I don't know, man. A unique sidekick would cost me 16 ref, and a strange one would only cost me 2.5 keys. Orange Zest, if you wanted strange, does it help that my dog is also strange? What do you mean strange? Like strange in quality? Now, if you don't know what they're talking about with strange, like obviously items in Team Fortress 2, they can have like strange or unusual effects. Usually the more uncommon an effect is, the more valuable it is. But again, he's applying that to his real life dog. Haha, it's a strange dog. His diet is cat food and he loves humping everything and anything, Lamau. All my stuffed animals have a little spunk on them. That would technically make it strange. Does it have any strange parts? It comes with fleas, spelled fleas wrong, and rabies, if that interests you. Fuck you, how will a dog IRL have strange parts? Okay, fine. What's the lowest on the dog? Bruh, fine. 500 keys is the lowest I can do. I'll do one polar for 5,000 keys, pan at 3250, strange catastrophic companions, 430k, normal companions, 120k, and your pet dog, 450 keys, for a total of 5,450 keys as you offered. Bandai offered 5,400 pure, so you have to beat his offer. Ah, fine. Even if you don't take the dog at 500 keys, I'll do it. Where do you want him delivered? I'll send you a location. Send him there the moment we finish the deal on the polar. Bet, sounds good. Glad we agreed on something finally. Just give me some time to say goodbye. Quick sell dog for 450 keys. Now, obviously, a lot of people pointed out to this conversation being absolutely faked because it is definitely one of those situations like that totally happened. And it's almost like they're just kind of baiting for updates on Reddit. Like, oh, look at this conversation where someone's trying to sell their dog. That's crazy. But apparently screenshots have came out from Orange Zest on Discord saying that he would have just basically gave the dog away anyway for free because they couldn't take care of him. Now, the dog's value in total was apparently 450 keys, which, like, evaluating the life of an animal for pixels in a video game is absolutely beyond unhinged. But if you really did want to know, 450 keys is around just over $600. So doing a little bit more digging, you can see on the backpack forums for Team Fortress 2, they're saying basically Orange Zest sold his dog in the trade for virtual pixels. It's not even funny, and it's kind of sickening that someone would even do that. Honestly, this shit is level 10 trader main syndrome. Again, if you don't know the reference to that, there are people that play TF2 that do not actually engage in the game whatsoever. They just trade. I mean, that's why Trading Plaza was the thing. It's basically a containment center for all the degenerates. They just compulsively want to trade all their items. And then there was another post on the forum. I was talking to Gummy, who wanted the suggestion this is entirely real. He's waiting for the dog to arrive. Once he posts the dog is in his hands, I'll be replying to my suggestion per Dom's requests for evidence. Now, you can see the entire thread here, and even the admin gets involved at the end, which is just completely depressing. Let me begin by stating that I am, under no circumstances, going to allow the exchange of a living being as part of a price suggestion. At the time, I called this during the initial discussion with mods. It was still unclear whether this was a meme or an incredibly questionable trading practice. Evidence provided seems to hint at the latter, though I feel the real situation might not fit in either of these definitions. Based on the comments, it seems pretty much to my dismay that it was not a meme. I'd really hoped it was, and still believe that it could be, but damn. They also seem to imply that 450 keys both parties agreed on is evidently not justifiable in any way, as the seller of the dog apparently valued him/her at 0 keys. Even if this exchange was somehow in the best interest of the dog, the way his or her function in the trade is described here takes away any credibility of any agreed upon value. Regardless of the ethical issues at play here, there's another problem with the sale as proposed here. It's simply impossible to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the dog was part of the trade. I just can't believe I'm talking about this, man. What proof would you provide? Pictures of the dog at different places with different people? You could be neighbors for all I know. Or the dog could just be staying in your place temporarily. Or maybe it was your dog all along. Even aside from the fact that it's going to be very hard to verify if it's the same dog in both pictures, maybe you just have dogs that look alike, and you can't have him or her come forward saying, woof, I'm the same dog as the other picture. There's just no way to verify. This is the issue shared across all tangible goods exchanged, including physical cash, which is why I believe no such goods should be considered for the value at sale here. You really do have to respect this admin. He is putting absolute work in. No, you know what? This is one of the missions that Cole Phelps would get in LA Noire after he like fucking fucked up the last 5 cases in a row. Like, yeah, you gotta find the lost dog now. Additionally, it would be impossible for us to appraise the dog. I've had several purebred cats myself. We got one of them for free due to circumstances. Does that mean that she would have been worth 0 keys, while cats we paid money for would have counted as more? Even with the pet stores do the same argument to mitigate the cruelty of the situation, there's never going to be a viable way to put a price on a living creature that we're going to accept here. That leaves us with 3 possible options. Decline the suggestion as a whole, include the sale at its real value minus the 450 keys, disregard the sale entirely and just use the other sale. I do not believe it's fair to decline the whole suggestion here. Which of the other 2 options we're going to do is still being discussed amongst price mods. Now you can see another thread here and they're posting an actual picture of the dog, which is just completely depressing. But apparently Orange Zest and Gummy, they're actually close IRL friends, which makes a little bit more sense with this trade. I understand this situation taken out of the right context may seem like I'm getting a sick kick out of selling my dog. It obviously isn't easy for me to give my dog away, but as the situation persists, it's what I have to do. I understand taking the conversation without context in the screenshots can give the wrong impression, since Gummy and I love to pull each other's leg a lot in Steam or Discord chat. Now, despite this, and he has given a bit more context that, you know, they're IRL friends, it was a little bit of a joke, but he genuinely does want to give away the dog. People are still getting really pissed at him because he's giving away a dog that he's basically had for the majority of its life, 10 years. This isn't a puppy that he's had for a couple months or a young dog he's had for a year or 2 and kind of realized he's in over his head. This is a dog that's basically reaching the end of its life now and he can't take care of it anymore. I mean, a good example myself, I've got a dog called Buddy and he's well over 10 years old now. I think he's like 13 or 14 years and he is he's showing his age. His back legs don't work while he used to. He has problems eating sometimes. Him going to relieve himself, I guess he'll kind of just do it anywhere because he's not really sure where he is sometimes. It sucks. Taking care of a dog when they're old, it can be a very cumbersome and tiring experience. But obviously you can look past that because of all the years of, you know, happiness you've had with that dog. I mean, for example, with my dog Buddy, I'm incredibly happy that I've still got him because honestly, I thought a couple of weeks ago I was actually going to lose him, but we took him to the vets, we got him some boosters, and fortunately, despite his age, he's still doing pretty well. I know it doesn't sound like a good situation, everything I just listed that he's doing, but we actually thought he was going to, you know, full on just tap out. He's going to get game ended. So the fact that he's still around, I appreciate that dog every single day now. But then obviously giving up a dog after taking care of it for 10 years, it isn't a good look regardless. And then if you look onto the backpack thread, you can see people just absolutely roasting him. Here's one saying, Lamau, easy bag, secure, dumb dog. I would have dropped his ass off at the pound for free. I don't know why, it just reminds me of that film with Adam Sandler where he goes, for free. For and then, of course, you've got someone else here just doing like a bunch of different impact memes. Guy trades dog for rare TF2 hat. And then, obviously, you have other people defending him in the chat, like this guy saying, you know, dude, chill. He was joking with his friend in a private Steam chat. He's some guy, he's not a YouTuber making an apology video. And then the thread actually developed into a lot of people talking about their own personal experiences, like this guy here, who basically orphaned a couple of cats that he just found in the street, which obviously then makes the guy who wanted to give his dog away for money and then for free really, really bad. Now, in the best case scenario in this situation, this really could just be like a guy talking to his IRL mate and just, you know, making kind of a really shitty joke. And then the chat got leaked, the group chat got leaked. And from there, basically, the entire internet started to collectively shit on this guy. I just think regardless, like if you've had a dog for 10 years and then you don't want to take care of it anymore, or you can't take care of it anymore, there does need to be a very good reason. Like, for example, you know, if you're financially struggling, because to be fair, taking care of an animal when they're old can rack up an incredible amount of money because their back legs can go, their spine can go, like arthritis. There's so many different problems an older pet can have. And that's fair. But, you know, the way that it's been delivered so like haphazardly, it's almost like, yeah, my dog's old, he fell off. I don't want him anymore. So what's my take on this? Team Fortress 2, I didn't have a mod on stream. I don't know why people keep bringing this up.
For